It's quite, touching. There's this lady who has been missing for quite some time now, and then his brother seeks justice. I think it was around June where this lady got missing. No, he died. She died. Sorry, and it was at Chris Lord Hotel here in Takrady, Anaje, and then this lady Lois Cranton died in the pool at Chris Lord Hotel at Anaje, and since then. I say, I come sa. Police for the report about, but with the report, I mean, what they are stating in there is nothing that's solid. Because since Assembly C, actually, but then they are trying to tell us that we are still on it, and then we are going to give you guys feedback and all that. I mean, Willie, come back as a William, 24-year-old girl.
Yes. So in the last 2 days,
according to sources, this is not the first time someone is dying over there.
At that side, yes.
In the pool, as always.
Yeah. So this story, I've been following it for the last 2 days. I've been following the story in the last 2 days.
Hey, 2 years.
Sorry, I almost slept. And I've read the development into the story. Even so, the initial story is she works at a company, and the company came to Takrady to do a survey. It's a full company. It's a full company. So they were here to do survey on building their new station in Anaje. So whilst they are there, traveling, you have to lodge into a hotel. That was when they lodged into the hotel, and the next morning they had the unfortunate story. But when it comes to issues like this, since the police is still doing investigation, we need to be very careful with the kind of things we say about what has happened. The family is saying their part because, again, they are emotional. But my issue here is the hotel. How can you tell me your CCTV camera is not working when that happens? It's a sad one.
I mean, and all the death that has happened over there, the CCTV cameras,
how many deaths has happened over there?
I think for what I have right now, it's about 3.
Interesting. Sad one. It's a sad one.
And with all those cases, the CCTVs weren't working.
It sounds, you see, if it's not working at that time, 1 can be a coincidence, 2 can be, but 3, in my life, I think 3 things doesn't happen as a coincidence. There might definitely be a malfunction somewhere, or someone is actually acting in a way to destroy the brand. Because again, this is a brand of a company. The guest house is a brand on its own, where now something like this dents their image. Because if someone is going there, they have it at the back of their head that here's where 3 or more people have died due to they being in the pool.
Exactly.
So the question too is it that their pool is also too deep? So that's when you have to bring the EPA in. Is it that the EPA went there and they didn't supervise how the pool is, that it would, because before you start a guest house or any place that you have a pool, the EPA needs to give you approval or no. It's their job, so they know how they go about it. Is it that the pool is that long that when people enter, when you're not a good swimmer, you might drown? Or they don't educate people about their pool? Do they do night pools? Do they have the authority to do night pools? Because the lady was found in the pool the next morning. She drowned probably the night before. And another story I picked was the lady's grandmother and her mom are also dead recently, and they are even in the morgue. Okay. They're in the mortuary. So she has joined them. So 3 people in the same family. So when I read the brother's post on social media, I understood where the anger was coming from. But I've even seen the latest development from the police, where they are also telling us about she had other sicknesses and stuff. Like developments after the autopsy. Developments after the autopsy, the things they saw. They've come out to outline all those things. So I believe they should do thorough check and have proper investigation and tell us the real fact, because it puts pressure. Then she came on a work assignment, and at the end of the day, she's coming. They are bringing her back in the coffin. It's a very sad situation, and they need to research and know what leads to the multiple deaths at that same place and in that same pool. Why is it the CCTV camera is not working? Whoever is in charge at that point needs to be brought to book and know what happens that whenever something like this happens, your CCTV camera doesn't work. In an advanced country, I'm sure in an advanced country, these things, the search would have been very quick and we would know the process. But we know Nyame train nation, we would have to take our time to do things bit by bit. But it's a sad situation to hear a beautiful young lady, 24 years. She completed KNUST. She did her attachment at the same company. And after the attachment, she got the job. And this is the sad news that has happened. It's a very sad one.
It's a very sad one. Let me read what her brother wrote on social media. This says, my little sister checked in his Lord Palace Hotel in Anaje Takrade on 7 June 2024 with her boss and company driver. She was murdered and dumped into the hotel swimming pool at dawn on 8 June 2024. The police aren't telling the family anything, not even an arrest. Hotel claims CCTV isn't functioning. We seek justice for Lois Abena Cranton, a 24-year petroleum engineering graduate of KNUST. And funny enough, with the police statement, it came without the hotel's name. Cristero.
But the brother mentioned the name, so we know where it is.
If Lois was your sister, how would you feel?
Certainly, you will be sad about it. I have said it, and on so many occasions I've said that you just have to be careful. You just have to be very careful. I'm not even looking at it from that angle, but take your life into your own hands, because when something happens to you, when you are dead and gone, in fact, your family seeking for justice will be very difficult.
But do you think up till now, no arrest? Do you think it's normal?
So I am saying that Kromahano, that is what we have. Kromahano, what's a we cool?
No, but my question is, yes, who are they arresting for? What?
So
it's their job, so you should understand.
Yes, so that's how it is, and this is how it's going to go. Into yet to Kromha, this same Takrade, Tardy here. It is 3 girls be a yira. And we had a whole police boss. Bekatre say
regional commander.
She was the regional commander, right?
Yeah, the man was the regional commander.
A man or a woman? A woman.
The woman, okay, the woman was the PRO. Okay.
Woman. Obekatre says, oh, we have seen the girls. No, he said she was lying to the whole of Ghana and the whole of the world.
What was done to her?
Nothing. I mean, she's now the Yoko boss, executive director of Yoko. Yes, she's now the executive director of Yoko.
A country called Ghana.
A country called Ghana. I am telling you, this is what happens in this country. But that the whole world, Ghana, then you come to tell us that, oh, we have seen the girls and blah blah blah. Then you wanted to say this.
You wanted to calm tension.
Calm what? Calm what? I didn't grow you need to too much or crum her a penny for. She said, calm down. And what has happened?
Console him.
When that they say you're to post him. Yoko boss now. What has happened again? What BBM? Have you heard anything
and
again?
After months, he was giving back his position.
Have you heard anything again? That the whole of Ghana and the whole of the world. What happened? She's now a boss.
Oh, Chef Smith,
so that is why I'm saying that in this Ghana, in this Ghana, Charlie, you only have to be careful because say the statement about. We are investigating this and that.
Because
2 years
from 7 June. Yes.
2 years, yes, 2 years, 3 years. You wouldn't hear anything again, and then the issue is dead. The issue is dead. This is Takradi again in the news for the death of a person. Takradi. Those girls no more right now. What has happened? Have you heard anything about it again? No. Were there no investigations? What happened? Names, no way. Blah, blah, blah. You see, so it's sad when you are in a country like this. So The boy wrote that on Facebook or on social media, and then the statement came after.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So what happened to the statement before the boy's post? What would have happened if the statement had come before the post? So it is sad. It is sad in this our Ghana. Let's hope that, the boy is seeking for justice, right?
Yeah.
So let's hope and pray that he finally finds justice or gets the justice he's looking for.
Okay. Brahmans.
It's sad.
Very
it's sad.
sad.
So, abaya krom ha uko sukua. Said he see ball hoka. No, the thing is that
it's painful.
Yeah, more 1 minute.
No, the thing is that if you are going to school or if you are attending an institution in krom ha, ebusunya koko and the show. Ya bo adwe na show. Obi okra titi meko and the show ko school. Ya bia na di koko no kresi awo na de ahwe na ko school. Onu no wie abahwe ebusuafo. And look at what has happened. It's sad. But say ya over here we dey say we are here. Abano na ye kan o. Abano e na ye kan. We'll see.
Okay, Brahmans, justice for Lois. This is a hotel that has security. So the question here is security no almost a pona no pe anase almost baby and a hotel like this with CCTV is not working at a point where people die. But then when people are not dead, CCTV ejuma.
So I want to give this from another perspective. Yesterday I called the hotel.
Okay.
Yes, and the person I spoke to, I think was a receptionist or something. So I asked what happened, and he gave me a narration. Now, the narration he gave was that the lady in question came to the front desk around 1 a.m.
Okay.
That she wanted to swim.
Wow.
So she gave her phones and stuff to the receptionist to get the Wi-Fi password and stuff for her, and told her wanted to swim.
Alone?
Yes. So the receptionist told her that she should wait for her to finish what she's doing. Then she was going to call the security, who also doubles as the pool attendant, to attend to her. That is that's 1 o'clock. That's midnight.
But are people permitted to swim at that time?
So that I'll come there.
Okay.
So she was back to what she was doing, trying to figure out and then put the Wi-Fi stuff. And then when she finished, she went to the security to inform the security that someone wants to swim, blah, blah, blah. So then security then went to the pool side only to find her there like that. So they tried to revive, they realized that whatever has happened has happened.
Wow.
So for me, I asked the same question you asked. So the CCTV cameras, what's up with it? And now the excuse he gave was that they had an electrical problem, so it affected their CCTV. So they were not able to get whatever footage or whatever.
So within that short while.
Then I don't know when the electrical problem came.
No. I mean within that.
So within that while, yes. So I don't know the range, the time frame from the time that she left to the pool and the time that she went to the security attendants to tell the person that someone wanted to swim. Now I had these questions. 1 a.m. to swim. I know some hotels do nights swimming and stuff, but I know there is a cap to it. There's a time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that hotel has that policy that you can swim at 1. And I asked, did she come there alone? As in the pool side, he said, yes, she came down alone to swim. I find this very disturbing because this is a hotel, this is a business, this is a brand. And I remember I asked the person, so when this happened, you haven't come out to say anything, nothing, no disclaimer, nothing has been said. And he said they were waiting for the police to blah, 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 blah. But I find it difficult that something like this should happen in a hotel like that, because it's a big hotel. And on top of it, there has been reports, allegedly, that this is not the first time something like this has happened.
And the previous one that happened also happened in the pool or around the pool or whatever. And the same excuse of CCTV not working came up again. I feel this is a very unfortunate incident, and it doesn't. I'm coming from this point. It doesn't matter how much investigation is done. We are not going to get the person back, and that is the saddest part of this thing. According to the alleged information that is going around, that last year, around this same time or something, someone also died there, a gentleman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those ones are alleged. So
and that's why I said alleged.
Don't.
Yes. So, you see, when something starts as a rumor and it keeps traveling and nothing is done about it, then it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So, if something like that had rumors, had given out that something like that had happened, I feel then the onus would be on the hotel facility management to make sure there are precautions taken so that some of these things wouldn't happen again. And even in the case of something like this happening, there's going to be a footage of whatever happened for people to actually see that, yes, this is what happened. Then we can blame it on negligence or on the part of the person or whatever. But this is a case where nothing actually, so it's like word of mouth. And it is very difficult for someone like me to believe that a lady would want to go out and swim at 1 a.m. alone. Normally, even if there would be something like that, I know if a grouper, you understand, and then maybe on person, but I mean,
if I was talking to the person, I would want to ask if the lady came out with a bikini, ready to swim, or she. I would.
I did.
But they said when they saw her, she was just in a bra and a panty in the pool.
Like as in a bikini. Is it a
bikini?
Bikini
Like bikini in the
bikini
pool. So yeah, definitely the person looked like someone who went to swim.
Wow. So it is for me still a lot of unanswered questions, and this is it's something that gets people enraged, because as Chris said, it's like in this country you just need to be careful. You just need to be careful, because when I saw the press release from the police, I wasn't surprised, because this issue happened somewhere on the 6th of June. 7 June.
Yeah.
And until 3 days ago, that, when we were in the group.
Yeah, the guy's post on social media led to.
The guy's post on social media was even like last week?
It came on, I think it was Monday or so.
This Monday.
This week, yeah, this Monday.
So when the post came, it wasn't really getting traction. It wasn't until some people started
sharing it,
pushing it, and then we decided that no, we are going to make noise about this. And until then, police wouldn't have given.
I'm not sure. No one would have cared. And the sad part is, on this trip, I heard there were 3 people who went on the trip. So herself, her boss, and the driver. So how come she just went and wanted to swim?
So I asked the person that I spoke to that when she came down, did she come down alone to want to swim? She said, the person said yes. It was a gentleman. He said yes. So for me, it really doesn't add up. And for the police, yes, I know the police are doing their investigations, but my question is, why did it take so long before a statement coming out? If it happened on the 7th, from the 7th to Monday, that is.
But don't you think investigations are supposed to happen, Loki, when the person is not a public figure, or it's not a story that's out there already? When they are doing investigation, should be on the quiet.
This is a situation where the family are not aware of anything.
Yeah, I can understand what you are saying. Yeah. I mean, maybe the police would definitely have done their job. They would definitely have done their job. But the reason why this pressure is coming out is because the issue is now on the social media where people are talking about.
But the place was a public place.
Because I'm not sure.
It is a hotel. The hotel is a public place.
Yeah, I understand. So, but I'm not sure if probably you yourself you have an issue and the police is doing investigation, they would release a presser just like that.
See,
it's a general conversation.
Yes, but some of these things with a presser that came, nothing concrete.
Yeah,
there's nothing concrete. So at the end of the day, for me, as Chris said, we were here when a police boss came to tell us that they found the girls, and then came to tell us that he was just saying to cool people down, and nothing was done. and the person is now enjoying, something else. So at the end of the day, in this country, you just have to be careful. It's very unfortunate, but
Ghana